Welcome to the Smartalecs. My name's John, of course, your guest host this week, the smartest of all the Smartalecs. I'm going to introduce our panel this week. To my right side, I got my man Jace, aka Fisherman Gordon. How you doing this week?
Yeah. Trying to reel him in.
I know you are, bro. I know you are. That's my man, Fisherman Gordon. How you doing, Rod? We got my man Rodney on the panel this week. How you doing, Rod?
You know, I'm good.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
I'm reeling in.
No, you're not, because you're not a fisherman.
I'm not. That's why I'm throwing that shit right there.
Exactly.
Because I don't want it for real.
Exactly. Well, fishing. Speaking of which, that's the topic this week. We got
Fishing?
a crazy topic. No?
Oh, shit. I was about
No.
to say.
No, but it's a crazy little topic we got this week. I want to know, in a relationship, who's wrong? Would it be the cheater or the cheatee? Would it be the person in the relationship or the side person? The person with the home or the home wrecker? You know, that's what I want to know.
Well,
who
first
would be
off,
wrong?
let's specify. Is this a boyfriend, girlfriend, or is this married relationship?
This is married. When I say home wrecker, you have a home.
Oh, shit.
You can have a
You
home
can have a home
without
and not
being
be
married.
You have a pseudo home. It's a pseudo
I
home.
don't-
It's
I
not a
don't
real home.
I don't agree with
But
that.
that's
I don't agree.
a discussion for another time.
Right.
So this
Fit
is
right
you
in.
married in this scenario.
Okay.
Gentlemen are married.
Okay.
Who's wrong in this scenario? Is it the person who's in the relationship cheating or the person outside the relationship cheating? I'm gonna let Jace go first because it looks like he wants to jump in. Go
Does
ahead,
the person
Jace.
outside of the relationship
Yes.
know that the
Yeah,
man
they
is
know.
married? They know?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know, man. Rod, what you gotta say? I open up my feet off of you.
I think it's not even a 50-50. It's like an 80-20, and the 80 is for the one who's married.
Why is that?
Because it's I think everyone can attest someone's hit on you, you've turned somebody down. That's all it really is.
You turn somebody down?
I have before, yeah.
Okay.
Right? I have, yeah, I have.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, for real. Like,
You
shit,
just set
it's
me up
cool.
for that one. Go
It's
ahead.
fine, but I'm
Set me up
sure
for that one.
even you have. I'm sure you've turned somebody down, have you not?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay, well, I mean, okay, a lot of people. I'm sure you have. You turned somebody down?
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Just like,
When you're married, Chase is like,
twice.
I think so.
Maybe.
But my
this one
point
time.
is, if you have turned somebody down in your past, it's that easy. When you are married, I think marriage is a serious thing, serious vows. I take that very serious,
Okay.
and it's wrong for that person to break that. Because if a bitch approaches you, or a man approaches you, shit, I'm married. Even if you're unhappy in
Right.
a
You
relationship,
just did it with that simple.
even if there's no well, we are in a bad place. Now, if you are separated and not legally divorced, but you're separated, that's a different story. But if you're married, you're living in the same home. When you have a home, I don't care how rough it is, I don't think it's ever an excuse to cheat.
Chase, your views?
As far as like who's wrong, I agree with Rod. Like, you are married and you have taken these vows to be committed through thick and thin, death do us part, and all that. But sometimes, you know, you weak and you fuck around and goddamn do some shit, you know. And
So the home wrecker, whether it be a man or a woman, to me, you guys are saying like holds no responsibility.
I don't think they do. Because at the end of the day, they're not losing anything and they're gaining everything. I'm for real.
I didn't say what they gain. That's
I know, but-
responsibility.
Exactly. So they have.
So they hold no responsibility for their actions, for using your feminine or male wiles to destroy a relationship.
I mean, it makes you a bad person, but it makes the other person even worse at the fact that they were that weak to allow you to destroy their relationship. It's not like they just jumped in your bed and raped you. You know what I'm saying? You are allowing them to do. You're participating in the secret calls or texts.
I think you're not giving the devil his due.
I'm not saying that that person.
Hold
is,
on, let's see
is-
what.
is-
I'm gonna listen. I'm listening.
So what? So you're
I'm
not
not
saying
saying
they're
that-
absolved of all responsibility?
That's why I said 80-20 because
20%, really, Rod?
I,
Because have you ever been a side dude? Because Jace, you said on previous shows that you've been the side.
Have you ever? Yeah, you said on previous shows.
I mean, well,
I was here
saying.
that episode and I was recording, and so I never got my piece on that. No, I have never been the side dude.
Okay, so
I've
Have
never
you ever had a
chick.
side? You've never?
No.
Okay, so speaking from a side person's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they're in a relationship, right? You don't feel like you're wrecking their relationship.
I don't care. I don't care.
Exactly.
It's,
and that's
it's
what
not,
I'm
that's
saying.
Not, it's not. That's not my business.
He has nothing to lose. He has nothing to
It's
lose.
not my business.
I'm not saying what you have to lose. Like, in my opinion, in all situations, right, you're gonna hold some responsibility, especially in like some shit gets fucked up, right?
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, you know, in the case of being the side dude,
'Cause you
and
know.
her, and old
'Cause
girl
you
say,
sit here-
"Look, my dude saw your text messages and don't text me at certain times and I might forget the rules, and
Exactly.
and go again. Now that's my bad. I fucked.
But that's different than sleeping with someone. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm not saying that the secret texts and calls and meeting up, that's still cheating in my book. But when you take it to that next level of actually doing something, both of you know that you know. Like, at the end of the day,
Right.
I think for you to sleep with somebody else as a man or a woman, sleep with someone else that's not your wife or husband, and then to go home to your wife or husband. See that face he just made? Like, oh, shit.
So what if? Okay, so what?
when
if,
you say it out loud, it sounds fucked up.
It
when,
sounds
when you do
disgusting.
it when you do it in secret, it's
Right.
in that.
Yeah, because no one knows
It's like
about it. But
shoplifting. It's like shoplifting, right? It doesn't. It's not bad
Until you get caught.
right? And then it's like, damn,
damn, I'm about to go to jail for this.
Go.
Damn, I'm about to lose my relationship for. Yes.
My thing is like, well, what if both parties that's cheating are in relationships? So does this person now hold more culpability in the cheating? Instead of like the side person being single. So like both parties are in relationships, right?
If two people are in a relationship and they're cheating with one another and they're
Yes,
both
sir.
in their own separate relationships,
Yeah.
one of two things: either that person is a hoe, or both of their relationships are really shitty.
No, what I'm saying
There's
is,
no that's the only
so
reason.
there's no
they would-
culpability.
So in that situation, I don't think.
See,
you could,
what we're trying to find in this discussion, gentlemen, is culpability.
I think it's a 50-50 if they're both married. And
So
cheating.
it goes up.
It's a 50-50. They're both equally wrong because they're both equally married. You can't put it on one or the other.
But if
Is
one
it both?
person is single, it's cool. They just out there doing what single people do, throwing their genitals around.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Because basically that's what you do when you're single. You sling your genitals around until they get caught into like a pin.
Mhm.
Like your genitals are
Wow.
wild. You have wild genitals when you're single, right?
This
and
is the
then,
craziest
and then when they
metaphor
get,
ever.
and then when you get in a relationship, you're
bear trap.
right. Yeah, you've been put in a pin. You've been caught, and you tried to take like the other person tried to tame your genitals, basically.
That's a great fucking way to look at it.
Okay, so that makes
Damn.
it. So that makes it
I'm really
okay.
smart. That's why I'm the smartest.
I give
I'm
that
the
to you.
smartest.
Yeah,
I won't
was-
give
that
that
was
to you,
clever,
but that
But it's,
Smart,
at the
smart.
end of the day, you
Right.
still chose
So let
to
your
allow your genitals
out
to
the
break
cage.
loose.
be in the pit, be in the cage.
Right. Well, sometimes your genitals get kind of
Well,
like you
You
get
wanna
kind
let
of
'em loose.
Right, you get
wanna
kind
let
of
'em
coaxed in to the pen, and you know your genitals might not know they're in the pen.
but that pin must be very nice if you decided to marry it. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So now you're
So if you've taken it to that level, right?
You're in the pen.
So you're adult. So like,
So
let's-
it's locked. Your
So
pen is locked.
your pen
Once
is-
you're married, your pen has been locked.
Your pen is
and
locked.
you're okay.
and your
genitals are
wife
broken.
has the key.
Right. Or husband.
So for you, or
See,
husband.
right. You have to
So
keep
for
it
you
both.
to steal the key from your significant other and unlock that pin
I don't know
and
if it's
take your
still.
genitals, it is.
And
take
it would
your
be jump
genitals-
over. It'd be like jump over the fence.
Okay, let's put it this way. So you're married, right? And you're cheating, right?
So
And
look,
then you
it's-
find
okay.
out your wife's cheating too.
Okay.
So who's at fault here? She started cheating because you started cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that you wouldn't? It's because she felt the same way. Her genitals were pinned out. It's okay. That wouldn't bother you.
I'm not saying cheating is okay. That's not what I'm saying. We're saying
Your metaphor just made it sound like it's a wild animal. And
it is.
We are wild animals.
Right. So once you get in a relationship and you're married, it's like a horse that's been broken, like a wild, like
they don't
a wild
go back
pony.
wild. That's.
But see,
That's
you
why
never
you
read
break
you
them.
never read the book by Jack London, Call of the Wild. You can be an animal that's been domesticated and see the wild again and be like, man, I remember when I used to run free through the grass and shit, me and my pride, and it'd be like you thinking, and then you'd be like, and then she looking at you like, I'm a little elk out here just moseying it through the grass, looking to get eaten.
So
And
you
you
go
be
eat
like,
the elk.
right, and you be like, well, you know, we get elk over here. We get elk over here together. Now, you know what I'm saying? But she like, well, you can eat this elk one time by yourself. It's okay. And you be like, it's wrong. But she's like, it's okay. Look how fresh I am. Look how squishy I am. Look how good I am. And then, you know, you a fucking lion.
Right.
You a fucking lion. You don't let yourself loose. But unless the lioness, like Rodney said, all you know what your lion is out there like looking at other lions like, damn, look at this nigga's man. And you looking at your man like, well, my shit be alright too.
But my
And he
whole
like,
point,
you know what I'm saying?
you're proving my whole point.
Right.
You, that person, is more at fault because they are willing to do it. The elk out there can get any other lion she wants to if you say no.
Yeah, because she would just be like, no. Well, guess what?
I'm
And
going
then-
across the other pasture
Right.
and find this other lion
Right, and then you
walking
just
past.
see another
Yeah,
lion
right,
just
right.
So
jump
what
in,
I'm saying is,
tackle that motherfucker into the grass,
and then what's
snack her up.
and you're happy, she's happy. Now you eat this fucking elk, right? Or
Right.
you want to be with this elk.
No,
She walks
gonna
up,
eat it.
you eat the elk,
You're gonna kill it.
whatever, you
Gonna
kill the elk.
destroy it.
But for real, you destroy the elk, and then the elk doesn't really die. It goes off,
Right,
and
well,
it
it
lives a
can walk.
good life. It walks away,
And now you're like,
now
wait,
you're feeling like
it
it's
lives
fuck
away.
for this one meal. Is it worth it?
That's what it would be. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
No.
Would you say it? If you're married,
If I'm married,
yeah.
I ain't doing shit.
Flat out,
Flat out.
I'm with you.
If marriage becomes
Okay.
a part of my if I live the married
All
life,
right.
I
When
ain't
I
doing
get
shit.
married,
Now you guys are married. We're gonna throw it out there. You like Nia Long, correct?
Yes.
You're married,
Mhm.
right? We're at a party because the Smartalecs has taken off, and you know we're going for like our Grammy party and shit. And guess who happens to walk in? Nia Long, and she's like, "Well, where's the old Graybeard at? You know, I want to be the old Graybeard." And I'm like, "Why you want to be the old Graybeard?" She's like, "I like him. I like him a lot. I think I want to throw him this taco, like he's a Mexican, right?" And then
racist.
I'm like, yo, he's here with his wife. And she's like, I don't care. He could still have the taco. I go to Graybeard and tell him this because far be it for me to keep any news like that pent up inside.
Well, let Graybeard answer.
So what would you do, Graybeard?
Neil, I will consult my wife and tell her that I've been wanting to fuck Neil Long since before I've known you, and that was my chance. Can I please?
Please, just let me do it once.
So mine would be J-Lo. Same scenario, we replace Nia Long with J-Lo.
Okay, Jay.
And I would approach my wife, and I'm about 65% sure I could convince all three of us to do that. No one has to leave this situation unhappy.
Right. I mean, in a
You know what I'm
situation
saying?
like that, I'm definitely gonna fuck
First
Neil
and
Long.
first and foremost,
Wait, hold on.
I'm consulting my wife.
Hold on, wait,
and try to get her on
one
board.
second. Say what you just said.
I'm definitely gonna fuck Neil Long.
Is that no matter what, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
I'm
if
gonna
she
consult
said-
my wife and say, hey, babe, you know, Neil Long has been my
She
long
said-
time.
So
No.
if she says you fuck Nia Long, I'm filing divorce papers tomorrow. You're gonna throw your life away.
Damn, Jay, it's cheaper to keep her, man. That's what I'd say to you. I'd be like,
See, I didn't think about that.
I'm gonna have fun with Nia Long tonight.
A hand job or something.
He said said an old fashioned.
First off, let's be realistic. If your dream girl walked in the door, you're not lasting much longer than 5 minutes.
I don't give a
But
fuck.
that's
I
fine.
got to put it
That's
in.
fine. But is that 5 minutes? Is that 5 minutes worth your entire life? If you're married and your wife wants to file a divorce, take the kids, take half of everything.
All right, Rodney.
That's the
please,
logistics.
dude, when you
That's
talk
the
about it like
logistics
that.
That's real
It's
reality.
being
bro.
long, man. You know what that thing probably smells like?
Potpourri.
Oh, God. It probably smells
No, it
like,
smells nothing.
like a
It
metal.
probably smells like vagina.
It probably smells like a metal. Like when you walk out, like when you go down south, you'd be like, damn, the air smells different. It smells clean. It's a metal and shit. That's what it probably smells like.
She's probably old school and doesn't shave, and it's
Oh,
fucking.
even better. Even better.
I don't mind not shave, but you can
You
trim.
like Afro.
You can trim.
I grew up watching 1970s.
I don't like bald. Like I'm not a pedophile.
I don't like bald.
I don't like bald.
You can have it like
Grass
Angela
and
Davis down there. I don't mind.
All right, that's not the point. But
Like Afro pink.
I would consult my wife. And
Yeah, that's.
And I
So you guys really would feel that comfortable going to your wife like, hey,
that's your
hey,
wife.
hon, me along
If,
with that.
if you're married, I feel very strongly about marriage. If you're gonna take that vow and be married, I seriously don't think there should be anything you should.
But that's a weird conversation to have, don't you think, with your wife?
It is, but
Hey,
at
hon.
that point,
Hey, hon, me along wants to suck my dick. What are we doing with this?
shit, if you got a real wife, I bet you she'd either want to join or at least watch. Be like, shit, what is?
I mean, because I think in the marriage situations, you've had enough conversations to know that who,
I
like
don't
as,
want
as
you to
far as
watch.
like
Now I'm
celebrity
guilty.
crushes, who hers is.
Right, so
and
now
who mine is.
think about that. Now you have to deal with her celebrity crush. Like, say her celebrity crush is, I don't know. name
Denzel
some-
Washington.
Right, and Denzel walks up like, hey, buddy, that's your wife? Trying to bang that out to
No.
I'm about to wear your wife out.
I wouldn't do it if my girl said no, though. If my wife said no,
She said yes to be alone. She said
doesn't mean I
yes
have
to
to say it.
J-Lo.
he didn't say she said yes. He
No,
said
I'm
fucking-
changing the scenario. I'm the host. She said yes to J-Lo. She said yes to be alone.
That doesn't mean I have to
Denzel
say it.
Washington walks up like it's my turn to stroke your wife. Give your wife the fucking training day. I'm about to get this bitch to Pelican Bay. I'm gonna have this bitch shooting jump shots. 2 to 3 hour
King
lockdown.
Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Right. That's what she gonna say.
I'm gonna need a check, bro.
So
I would need a check.
you're pimping her out.
I would need a check.
Jace, you gotta come back. You gotta come back. You gotta
Oh,
come back. You
yeah.
gotta come back. You gotta come back. So, your turn. What are you gonna do? Denzel, stroke your wife.
No, he's not. It's not. Gonna
What's the
After
difference?
she lets you.
Wait, hold
me
on. What's
alone?
the difference?
I don't know.
What's the
You gotta be
difference?
fair. You gotta compromise. It's half a marriage.
Fuck that.
If she was down,
You pimping her out though.
That's-
Dear Lord didn't. J-Lo didn't get pay your wife.
she didn't ask. That wasn't in the scenario, nigga. You changed it. I'm changing it. I'm asking for some money. If my wife asked for some money, shit, J-Lo would have to break bread.
So your wife is like, no money, Denzel. Don't give him shit. This booty's free tonight.
Oh no.
What do you say? So it's no free booty for Denzel.
No.
Why? J-Lo got to fuck you for free. She should get to fuck Denzel for free. It's a 50-50 marriage, remember?
Because he asked for.
Remember?
I think
he
it's
had
called
it-
hypocrisy.
No, I think it's called compromise. He asked for a proposal, I asked for mine. I said I need to check. Shit, if he doesn't want to pay, you can't fuck her. That's the bottom line.
No. He
You can't
said
change
no.
it again.
No.
I don't
I
care
didn't
what
say
she
he
said.
said.
I don't care what
said
she
she
says.
said. I said she said.
I need a check. I don't care what she says.
Okay, she
I
gonna
need
give you a check.
and
She gonna
loud.
check your ass, all right.
Well,
She gonna
she-
break down what happened with J-Lo and tell you she's gonna go get that training day from Denzel and see you in the morning.
She wouldn't, because he would be dead.
So you would say one of America's greatest actors, a fucking treasure in America, for that? Get out of here.
No.
Get out of here.
No.
It's all you. What are you talking about?
Um,
It's all you. Why wouldn't your wife be able to have sex with Denzel, although you were able to have sex with Nia Long?
that's just what it is.
I need you to elaborate just a tad bit. Just a little bit.
No, fuck that. No man can touch my wife. Is that better?
Oh, all right. So, on that note, what are we gonna wrap up with, guys? How are we gonna wrap this up?
Jennifer Lopez. I live in Ohio, and if you are interested one of these days, stop by. That's how I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay. So, what do you think about? So, what are you gonna wrap up on cheating?
Oh,
Who's at fault? That's all we need to know. Who's at fault?
the married person, hands down.
Jace.
I gotta say, I rock with Rod. The married person is definitely at fault. Not saying that the person that isn't married or the side person doesn't have any fault at all, but it really lies on the married person, because that's the person that's married, that's the person that's breaking the vow, and that's the person that's fucking up the home. You know.
All right. Well, guys, there you have it. Oh, what?
We
What's
don't
that?
care what he has to say.
Right.
Wrap it
That's
up.
wow. Just for that, Rodney, I'm going to give 7 cents.
Damn.
Well, when you speak about the institution of marriage, you want to talk about the beginnings when it was like very instinctual, like caveman, cavewoman type of thing, like a Neanderthal type of love. We don't have time to get into all of that, though. So we'll just wrap up the show. And just like always, guys, we want you to click